Hi guys, Stuart and Alan here and the guys again for Outdoor Basics, and today it's a top tip and I suppose a wee bit of a kit review, all in one thing. So backstory, recently during the old lockdown shenanigans I got lured into building a kind of outdoor shed thing, and it was a bit of a pain in the tits, but that's another story. We built it out of pallets, right? So long story short, we were stripping the pallets down and a nail wung out of one of the pallets when we were stripping it with the crowbars, and it hit me in the arm, and it was fucking claret going everywhere. It was spraying out my arm. It was crazy. It was one of the weirdest experiences of my life. From 0 to a million mile an hour in a matter of seconds. And luckily we had all the kit available and we sorted ourselves out and that was all fine, right? But it got me thinking. I've always been a big advocate of carrying FFDs and stuff like that, but in my previous life I carried them in a very different way. I served some time in the military and how we carried them and stuff like that, whether they were on shooter's belts or whatever, IFAC pouches were slightly different to how I was preaching them here, and I decided that in that environment my left arm was completely out of the game and I only had one hand, and whenever I done that blood was just giving it this, so I decided to revert back the way. So this is my belt, and it kind of like goes over the top, just there, and I've got my knife and that on it, okay? In a previous life I suppose it's kind of like a shooter's belt setup, except for bushcraft. So what I got was these wee kind of medical bands from FRV Tailoring. And what I like about these is when this is on my back, imagine this is my back here, right? I'm just gonna do this. Hang on guys. When this is on my back and I'm out doing my bushcrafting and all that shit, if I mangle this hand up and I can't do anything with it, I can still just reach behind me and pull that free with this hand. Or reach behind me and pull this free with this hand. I can pull it free with either hand. So, because if it's in my left pocket and I'm like this, I'm having a fucking mare trying to get it out, and that's not going to work. But as I say, being in these really effective bands, it just slips in here, just like that. That's how fucking easy that is. And they're never going to come out naturally, do you know what I mean? That's never going to naturally come out in a million fucking year, never. But like, if I needed it either hand I could just rip it out, it doesn't really matter. And I just thought, I think FRV do them for a £5. And just on my belt that I usually have my knife and my fire pouch, why not just bang them on? Because I could pull it out with either hand, and if I did have a boo-boo and you know the shit does go down in Chinatown, like, I'll be okay. Because like I say, too many people are like, nah, no me, shoulda, woulda, coulda, doesn't mean a thing when you're bleeding out in front of your kids like a fool. So don't take a chance. So for me, yeah, I know I'm not trying to make it a shooter's belt, I'm not trying to relive my time in the military, and I've no flipped my lid. It's just practicality, and it's just a practical good bit of kit that on a bushcraft belt I could get to be either hand, and if, God forbid, the worst did happen, might just get me out of a sticky situation. So yeah, just food for thought, something to think about. For me, it's something I'll definitely be doing, and I'm going to encourage all the guys I'm out here to do it with. They come in multicam in black. So yeah, FRV Tailoring, I'm nothing to do with me, they don't know who I am, nothing to do with it. I just seen it on their site and I thought, do you know what, perfect, let's go back to that, because I was looking for IFAC kits, and they're fucking expensive, really expensive. And for me, I don't need chest seals, I'm not touch hairy wood, pray to God above, I'm never going to need any of that. Most likely what I would need would be an FFD or a tourniquet initially, and I've got other ones available in my kit that I can get to, but this would just give me that initial reaction, yeah. So really cheap alternative at a £5 each. So yeah, thanks very much. As always, if you like what we're doing, don't like to like, share, comment, subscribe and all that sort of stuff. I've been Stuart, he's been Alan, and you've been awesome.